Welcome to Woodville on our doing. And I'd like to thank the band, the Old Boys Band, Ulster, Sons of Ulster, Old Boys Band, for being here today. Thank you very much, Brian, for helping us out. I now ask for Roman Dole to make the speech for today.
Brethren, another day of protest at Woodville and Ardoyne, and we continue our peaceful protest to highlight the injustice being inflicted upon this section of the community by the Sinn Féin IRA and their cohorts in the corridors of power who come together to prop up the corrupt Parades Commission determination. On the 7th of April, we'll be looking to mark 1,000 days of protest, which in itself is an astonishing feat of resilience by the lodges in question, and our thanks and admiration, I hope, is felt by all here for your stand. But in looking forward to 1,000 days, I think I'd like to spend a minute looking back to an anniversary which was just recently passed in the last week or two. More specifically, to an anniversary marked on the 2nd of March. That night in 1973 was the night when IRA murderers brutally gunned down a member of this lodge, LOL 1891. At approximately 10:45, George Walmsley, a 52-year-old, was leaving the Ligoneel Orange Hall early to get home to his grieving mother, his father having died a week earlier, when he was cut down in a hail of bullets by people just like those in government today. Cowards doing what cowards do best. Mr. Walmsley died instantly, but the onus is now on us to make sure murders such as this are never forgotten. It's important because murders such as George Walmsley's were done by those who hate democracy, by those who hate our way of life, and by those who hate you. And it's a relative murder. It's relative to today and the impasse we find ourselves in at Ardoyne, because the Sinn Féin IRA murderers that sought to attack democracy in 1973 are attacking democracy today. Now, some elements of the IRA may be saying they're on an entirely peaceful path now, though the murders of late using IRA weapons and Semtex may disagree. But whereas democracy was under attack with an AK-47, today it's under attack by the stroke of a pen. Unelected committees and quangos have been set up to butcher an entire way of life, and we're mere pawns in a game of appeasement between the IRA and the British government. Lay the gun down and we'll give you what you want. That's not peace, that's surrender. Our campaign and our cause is a just one. It does not threaten violence. We simply wish to see the 2013 12th of July parade completed by our Ligoneel brethren, that they are permitted to walk home along several hundred yards of the Crumlin Road, a main arterial route used by all communities. But when you put on an orange sash or play a flute, it becomes a no-go area for Protestants. The Parades Commission, at the behest of an intolerant nationalists, make laws that would criminalise us simply for walking the Queen's Highway. And today the cost of our campaign is thrown at us as if this impasse is of our making. But where is the voice of the victim? Where are the voice of those speaking out for what has been inflicted upon this community? Money is now more important in Ulster than life. Let me conclude by saying loudly and clearly that protests will continue. We have the support of all those who seek civil and religious liberty for all, and special privileges for none. Our message is simple: let them home.
Thank you very much, Ron. We have with us today visitors from America. I welcome them here. Let them know a few wee facts. The first man to sign the independence, the Declaration of Independence, was a man called John Hancock. If American asks you for his John Hancock, he's asking you for your signature. The first man to write it down was Charles Thompson, a Presbyterian from Omagh. The first man to read it in public was a man called Captain Mitchell from Dromore. The first paper to publish it in Europe was the Belfast newsletter. The Pennsylvania line, Washington's crack troops, was 100% Ulster Protestants, Ulster Scots. The first man to sign against the slavery were people from Ulster descent. There were 19 presidents with Ulster Scots connections. Ulster Simpson Grant was from an Ulster Scots. So was Teddy Roosevelt was of Ulster Scots. Brown, the names go down. America owes something to the Ulster Scots. You can tell them that the Irish give them their freedom. No, it wasn't the Green Irish, it was the Orange Irish. Never let that be forgotten. The first man to step on the moon was an Ulster Scot, descendant from Ulster Scots. Darn, we have a proud history. A very proud history. When William wanted the boy, he gave us civil and religious liberty. Unfortunately, today, governments have sold civil and religious liberty. And one last fact, when you hear the American band playing "The Girl I Left Behind Me," that's not the tune. The tune is "Boiling Water." So Baron, remember that. When you go back home again, read your history. Read those who give you. I can tell you, Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, you name it, Jim Bowie, all Ulster Scots. Darn, we have a proud history, but it's been hidden behind lies. I listened to the radio yesterday. A certain man made statements which were lies. He said that the lodges coming down with their long big drums, they'd say the chapel for half an hour. There hasn't been a long big drum on the Crumlin Road since before the war. Told lies. Of course, he had a good teacher. President McAleese said she remembers the bands coming down, marching, playing the Queen. And the BBC accepted that. There were never with the long big drum in the 12th of July procession in Belfast for over 50 years. 2 years ago, there was 2 long big drums on a lorry, but they didn't come down the Crumlin Road, I can tell you that. Brown, they rewrite history to suit themselves. Brown, it annoys me, the rewriting of history, aided and abetted by the BBC and the media. They don't question it. When you try to refute it, you can't get on the BBC. They don't want to know you. Brown, I'd like to thank all those who did reply to the BBC and put the case for us. Thank you very much for that, Brown. Also, tomorrow we will celebrate St. Patrick's Day by a service in Townsend Presbyterian Church. The myths that surround St. Patrick. St. Patrick, the Patrick name comes from Scotland. He was born in a place called Kirkpatrick, about 5 miles from Dumbarton. He was born under the shadow of the rock of Dumbarton. I sometimes wonder, do they realise St. Patrick founded the Celtic Church, not the Roman Catholic Church, the Celtic Church, which was in existence for nearly 600 years before Henry II, under the orders of the Pope, to go and bring that wayward church back to the See of Rome. It was an independent church. It was a Catholic church. It was a Christian church. And if you read about Bangor, it was the light of the world. The message went out from Bangor, right down to the Black Sea, spreading the gospel. It took 1,000 years for it to come back. Jesus said, "Go ye out into all the world and preach the gospel. It shall not return unto me void, but shall accomplish that with which I sent it." It did come back. It came back with the Reformation down. So it did come back to its roots. Brown, thank you very much. I would like to encourage us to be at that service. But St. Patrick was a Christian. He brought Christianity to this part of the world. Thank you very much. I'll not delay us anymore. And I ask the colours to leave. Right. The national anthem of the United Kingdom.
God save our gracious Queen, long live our noble Queen. God save the Queen, set her victorious, happy and glorious, long to reign over us. God save the Queen. The Queen, God bless her.